You wake before the sun rises. There is no warmth waiting for you. The air inside your home is just as cold as the air outside. Your breath drifts into the darkness in small white clouds. The stone walls around you are damp. Frost clings to the edges of the window. The straw beneath your body is thin and barely soft enough to be called a bed. You listen. Wind slips through the cracks in the wood. Somewhere nearby, a rooster cries out into the silence. There are no alarms, no electricity, no comfort. Just another day in medieval Europe. You don't get to ease into the morning. You don't get to choose how this day begins. Because here, survival starts. The moment you open your eyes. In front of you lies your breakfast, a loaf of bread, hard, dry. You press your fingers into it, and it barely gives. This bread was baked days ago. There is no waste here. Nothing is thrown away, no matter how stale it becomes. You tear off a piece and chew slowly. There is no butter, no fruit, no meat. Just bread. Beside it, a small mug of weak ale. It's not for pleasure. It's safer than the water. Clean water can make you sick. Ale, at least, has been boiled. This is not a poor morning by medieval standards. This is normal. And you eat knowing. It may be the most certain thing you receive all day. You step outside into the open air. The fields stretch before you, damp from the night's frost. This land feeds you. It defines your life. But it does not belong to you. In the distance, a rider moves along the edge of the fields, armored, elevated, untouched by the mud beneath your boots. He is your lord. You were born into his land, and you will likely die on it. Every seed you plant, every crop you harvest, is owed in part to him. In return, he offers protection. Protection from bandits. Protection from rival lords. Protection from war. But protection is not freedom. You do not choose this life. You inherit it. The harvest finally comes. After months of labor, the grain stands tall. For a brief moment, you feel relief. You cut it, you gather it, you stack it carefully. And then, he arrives. The Lord's collector. He does not dig. He does not bleed in the fields. He simply measures. A portion is taken first, the best portion. It is not a request. It is obligation. You watch as sacks are loaded onto his cart. What remains is yours, if it is enough. Stops before the sun sets, not because the day is done, but because the bell begins to ring. Slow, heavy, unmistakable. It carries across the village, through the fields, into every doorway. Someone is sick, or worse. You've heard this sound before. You've seen how quickly illness spreads here. A cough becomes a fever becomes silence. There are no doctors, no medicine you understand, only prayers, and the hope that the bell does not ring for your home next. No army, no banner, just whispers. A neighbor falls ill, then another. Doors remain closed longer than usual. Windows stay shuttered. The streets grow quieter. And then you see it. The figure in the mask, long beak, dark robes. A symbol of something no one understands, and no one can stop. The Black Death does not choose carefully. Young, old, strong, weak. It takes them all the same. Within a few years, 1/3 of Europe will vanish, and there is nothing you can do, except wait. The village gathers in the square, not for celebration, for judgment. A man stands locked in wooden stocks. His crime? Stealing bread. Bread. The crowd watches in silence, some with anger, some with pity, most with fear, because it could be them next. There are no lawyers here, no fair trials as you would know them. Guilt is decided quickly. Punishment is meant to be seen. Pain is not only correction, it is a warning. Obey, or suffer. At first it's just smoke on the horizon, a dark line rising where the sky meets the fields. Then comes the sound. Metal. Boots. Distant shouting carried by the wind. Soldiers march beneath banners you've never seen before. It does not matter who they serve. To you, they are all the same. If they reach your village, your crops may burn, your animals may be taken, your home may fall. And if you are strong enough, you may be forced to fight. Not for glory, not for honor, but because survival leaves no choice. Not far from your village, another day unfolds. Inside thick stone walls, fires burn warmly. Long tables stretch across grand halls. Plates overflow with roasted meat, fresh bread, wine poured freely. There is music here, laughter, education, security. The children born in this castle will learn to read. They will learn to rule. They will never feel the cold straw beneath their backs. They will never wonder if winter means hunger. All of this because of birth. You live in the same kingdom. You breathe the same air. You pray to the same God. And yet, your lives could not be more different. In one home, warmth and certainty. In another, cold and survival. You rise before dawn to labor for bread. They wake when they choose. You fear famine. They plan feasts. In medieval Europe, who you are is decided the moment you are born, and most are not born inside castle walls. The sun falls. The village grows quiet again. You return to the same stone walls, the same straw bed. Your body aches, your hands are raw. But you survive today, and tomorrow will begin the same way. Cold air, hard bread, endless labor. No promise of safety, no guarantee of comfort, just survival. So ask yourself, if you had been born here, without choice, without privilege, would you have endured it? The sun falls. The village grows quiet again. You return to the same stone walls, the same straw bed. Your body aches, your hands are raw. But you survive today, and tomorrow will begin the same way. Cold air, hard bread, endless labor. No promise of safety, no guarantee of comfort, just survival. So ask yourself,